Hello everyone, today we will crochet a floral raffia bucket bag. The flowers are crocheted in 3 different colors and linked together as we go. We'll use the join as you go method to connect the flowers into 3 rows, then attach them to the bag's base. We will use these 3 colors of cotton raffia yarn to crochet the main body of the bag, using a 3.5 mm crochet hook. Let's begin by demonstrating how to crochet the flower petals. To start, we will create a magic ring. Hold the yarn with your hand and wrap it around your finger twice to form 2 loops. Roll the yarn around your little finger and transfer it to the other hand. Hold the base of the loops tightly to secure them in place. Take the crochet hook and insert it into the large loop. Hook the yarn and pull it through. Now, you should see a loop on the crochet hook. Then, yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop on the hook. You'll see a V-shaped stitch forming. This is our first chain stitch. Next, we need to crochet 12 single crochet stitches. Insert the hook into the loop and pull out the yarn, leaving 2 loops on the hook. Then, yarn over and pull the hook through both loops at once. This forms a V-shaped stitch, which is your first single crochet stitch. Stretch out the loop and place a marker in the first V-stitch to mark the beginning of the round. Continue by crocheting the remaining 11 single crochet stitches. After finishing 12 single crochet stitches, pull out the loop and count the stitches to ensure there are 12 V-shaped stitches. Locate the short tail of the yarn and gently pull it to tighten the stitches. Then, find the moving yarn and pull it in the opposite direction until the circle is completely closed. Finally, pull the short tail of the yarn firmly to secure the stitches. Insert the hook back into the loop, then crochet into the stitch where the marker was placed. Put the yarn tail on the hook, yarn over, and pull the yarn through. Finally, hook through the loop and pull tightly to close the circle. We have finished the slip stitch. Then, cut the yarn and pull out the yarn tail. The center of the flower is now complete. Take out the light camel yarn, and we will demonstrate how to crochet the petals. First, leave a 2 inches yarn tail and make a knot. Insert the crochet hook into the stitch where you made the slip stitch just now. Place the yarn tail over the top of the crochet hook. Put the camel-colored yarn loop on the hook and pull the loop through. Next, we will crochet 4 chain stitches. Next, we will crochet 2 double crochets in the same stitch. First, yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch, and pull up a loop. Making sure to pull the loop up to the height of the 4 chain stitches. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Then yarn over again and pull through the remaining 2 loops. This is an elongated double crochet. Then, we continue to crochet another elongated double crochet in the same stitch. In the second stitch, crochet 1 elongated double crochet, followed by 3 chain stitches. Then, slip stitch into the second stitch to complete the first full petal. The group of the elongated double crochet is finished. Here is the 3 chain stitches. Make a slip stitch in the second stitch. Our Our first petal is complete. Cut the yarn tail. The method for crocheting the second petal is the same as the first. First, slip stitch into the next stitch. Then crochet 4 chain stitches and 2 elongated double crochets. In the next stitch, we crochet 1 elongated double crochet, followed by 3 chain stitches. Then we make a slip stitch into the same stitch. Following the above method, repeat the process to crochet the remaining 4 petals. After crocheting the last 3 chains, make a slip stitch to complete the final petal. Finally, we make a slip stitch at the stitch of the first petal. Cut off the yarn. The first flower is complete. For the green petals, since the center is the same color as the petals, there is no need to cut the yarn. After the slip stitch, we can directly start crocheting the chain stitches. The crocheting method remains the same. This is the first petal we have created. We can see there are a total of 3 colors of flowers. We will crochet the other 2 colors of flowers while connecting. Next to the first flower is the one with yellow petals. Use the same method to crochet the first 4 petals of the yellow flower. Then, the remaining 2 petals will be used for connection while crocheting. Now, let's look at the connecting points, which are the chain stitches on both sides of the petal. For example, when connecting the first and the second flowers, the connecting points are the end chain stitches of the 5th petal of the yellow flower with the start chain stitches of 1 petal of the cream flower. And the next connecting points are the start chain stitches of the 6th petal of the yellow flower with the end chain stitches of the previous petal of the cream flower. Let's demonstrate to make it much clearer. Now we've reached the position of the 5th petal. We continue crocheting in the normal way until we reach the last 3 chain stitches of the petal. Now that we've reached the last 3 chain stitches, stretch out the loop. Locate any large hole beside the start 4 chain stitches of the first flower's petal, insert the hook, place the loop on the hook, and pull it through. Then crochet 3 chain stitches, making sure to maintain even spacing between each chain. After that, crochet a slip stitch. Next, we crochet the last petal of the yellow flower. Start by crocheting 3 chain stitches. Then stretch out the loop. Locate the position of the large gap beside the 3 chain stitches on the adjacent petal, place the loop on the hook, and then crochet the 4th chain. Next, we continue completing this petal in the normal manner. Make a slip stitch to finish the connecting and cut off the yarn. The first and second petals are now connected together. We see that this flower has 6 petals, alternating up and down, with the left and right petals interconnected. So, the 5th and 6th petals of the 3rd flower connect to the right side petals of the 2nd flower in the same way. We'll continue crocheting the first row of petals like this until we reach the last petal. Now that we've reached the position of the last flower, which is green, we need to use the petals on both sides of this green flower to connect the first and last flowers together to form the ring. So the last green flower will need to connect with 4 petals. Let's crochet the first and second petals of the green flower, leaving the end chain stitches of the second petal unfinished. Stretch out the loop. For convenience, let's rotate this piece. Insert the hook into the starting 4 chain stitches of the side petal, pull up the loop of the green yarn, crochet 3 chain stitches, and then crochet a slip stitch. Make a slip stitch in the next stitch and crochet 3 chains again. Then insert the crochet hook into the adjacent gap of the chain stitch of the petal, and crochet the 4th chain to continue finishing the normal petal. The second and third petals are now partially connected, and the 4th petal will not be connected to any others. Let's continue crocheting in the same manner as before. Now, we are going to connect the other end of this row. Put the 2 ends together to form a ring and make sure the front side of the piece is facing outwards. Next, let's connect them. First, crochet in the normal way until you reach the last 3 chain stitches. Stretch out the yarn and turn the piece around. Let's find the location where to insert the hook for connection. This petal is the one not connected, so we will skip this one and connect with the next petal. Insert the hook into the large hole beside the chain stitches. Then finish the last 3 chain stitches of the petal. And make a slip stitch. Make a slip stitch in the next stitch and create 3 chains. Stretch out the loop and locate the next connecting point. After connecting, finish crocheting this last petal. Make a slip stitch with the first petal again, and cut the yarn off. After completing the connection of the last petal, the 9 flowers in this round are finished and connected. Note that we count the rows from top to bottom. We will now connect the second row, starting from this colored flower. There are more connection points around the petal. First, let's create 3 complete petals and 1 unfinished petal. We have now crocheted to the last unfinished 3 chains of the 4th petal. Stretch out the yarn and let's find the connect point from last row. Find the corresponding position on the green petal to connect with this spot. Insert the hook into this position, place the loop on the hook, crochet 3 chains, and then make a slip stitch. Then, make a slip stitch in the next stitch, crochet 3 chains again, and connect to the next petal of the green flower. Connect to the position of the chain stitches of the green petal, then continue to crochet the cream petal. Here we come to the next connection point. Insert the crochet hook into the large hole of the chain stitches of the yellow flower, place the loop on the hook, crochet 3 chain stitches, and then finish this petal with a slip stitch. For the last petal, it needs to connect to the adjacent chain stitches of the yellow flower. Let's make 3 chains first and stretch out the yarn. Then insert the hook into the large hole to crochet a chain, and finally complete the entire petal. Stretch the yarn out and cut it off. Next, we will crochet the yellow flower for the second row. For this flower, all 4 petals will be connected as we crochet. Therefore, we will first crochet and complete 2 petals, stopping at the last 3 stitches of the 3rd petal. Insert the crochet hook into the corresponding connecting position of the petal, crochet 3 chain stitches, then make a slip stitch. Next, link the initial 4 chain stitches of the 4th petal of the yellow flower to this point on the cream petal. Link the last 3 chain stitches of the 4th petal to this spot on the green flower. Finally, insert the hook into this position to crochet 3 chain stitches for connection. For the last petal, crochet 3 chains and connect to the cream flower with a chain. Then, continue to finish the petal. Cut off the yarn. The connection of the second flower is complete. We can carefully observe the pattern of connections and follow this pattern to complete the remaining flowers in the second round. Now we have reached the last flower in the second round. You can see that when the last flower is crocheted, only 1 petal of each flower remains unlinked, while the other petals are all connected to the others. Now, let's demonstrate the last flower of the second round. We crochet until the last 3 stitches of the second petal. Stretch out the loop, and locate the linking point of the other petal. It is on the side petal of the first flower in this round. Let's connect them. Cut off the yarn tail. Continue crocheting the next petal with 3 chain stitches. Locate the next connect point of the first petal and make a chain. Finish 3 double crochet stitches and stretch out the loop. Connect to the yellow petal from the first row. Now, we comes to the 4th petal. Make 3 chains. Connect to the last connecting spot of the yellow petal. Continue crocheting until the last chain stitches of this petal. Let's connect with the cream petal from first row. Make 3 chains. Then connect to the next petal of the cream flower, keeping crocheting the green petal. Until the last 3 chains of the petal, connect it with the second to last flower of the second row. Now, we have reached the last petal of the last flower in the second row. Make 3 chains and connect it to the next petal of the yellow flower. Finish the last petal. The flowers in the second row of petals are linked together. We will continue linking the third row using the same method as for the second row. The 3 rows of flowers are complete. Now we proceed to bordering the top and bottom. On the upper side, we will crochet treble crochet stitches and double crochet stitches in the side petals and single stitches in the middle petal. For the bottom part, the crochet method will be the same as the upper side, but with a different number of single crochet stitches in the middle petal. Take the cream-colored yarn and make a slip knot. Insert the crochet hook into the corresponding stitch of the vertical long stitch. Crochet a chain stitch to start. And then crochet a single crochet in the same stitch. Insert the hook into the same stitch and pull up a loop. Then yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook. This makes a single crochet stitch. Add a stitch marker to the first stitch. Find the second and third stitches, then crochet a single crochet into each stitch. Next, crochet a treble crochet stitch into the large hole beside the chain stitches of the next petal. Then crochet a double crochet stitch into the corresponding stitch of the adjacent vertical stitch, a treble crochet into the next one. Let's demonstrate. First, yarn over twice on the hook. Then insert the hook into the large hole and pull up a loop. There are 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull the yarn through the first 2 loops on the hook. Then repeat the step twice more. This completes a treble crochet stitch. Next, locate the stitch of the vertical column. Yarn over the hook and insert into this stitch. Pull the yarn through. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull the yarn through 2 loops on the hook. Repeat it once more. This is a normal double crochet stitch. Then crochet a treble crochet into the next stitch. For this petal here, we will mirror the previous steps. We can see there are a total of 5 vertical columns in one petal. Skip this vertical column stitch and make a treble crochet into the corresponding stitch of the middle vertical column. A double crochet in next stitch, and a treble crochet in the large hole. Let's start. Yarn over twice and insert into the stitch. Make sure it is the middle vertical column stitch. Continue with a double crochet. And then a treble crochet in this position. The stitches mentioned above form one group. We continue repeating this set until all petals are crocheted. Make a slip stitch with the first stitch to close this round. For the bottom, we will crochet 5 single crochet stitches along the top edge of the petal and follow the same pattern between the petals as we did on the upper side. Make a slip knot. Insert the hook into the large hole of the side chain stitch, pull the loop through, and crochet a chain stitch. Then crochet a single crochet in the same hole. Pin a marker at the first stitch. Then crochet 3 single crochet stitches into the next 3 stitches. Here, continue by crocheting a single crochet into the large hole of the other side chain stitch. When you complete the 5 single crochets, put a treble crochet in the chain stitch of the next petal. Then a double crochet in the next stitch. And a treble crochet in next. For this petal, we crochet from the corresponding stitch of the middle vertical column. First, make 1 treble crochet, then 1 double crochet, and finally 1 treble crochet. Now that we have reached the top petal again, we repeat the above method to crochet until the end. Make a slip stitch at the first marked place. Cut off the yarn. The main part of the bag body is completed. You can see that the top is narrow and the bottom edge is wide. Next, use a large eye needle to hide all the yarn ends on the back. Weave the ends into the stitches of the same color block. We now move on to crocheting the bottom of the bag. Take out the cream-colored yarn, leave a 2 inches tail, and tie a single knot. Let's look at this panel, which has 47 holes and 4 feet on one side. Since we need to crochet 99 single crochets in this round, we will follow this pattern. For every 8 holes, crochet 2 single crochets, and in the 9th hole, crochet 3 single crochets. This forms 1 set. Repeat this pattern for 5 sets. In the last 2 holes, crochet 2 single crochets each. Let me demonstrate how to crochet this. Place the feet side facing yourself. Insert the hook into any hole in the bottom panel and place the loop onto the hook. After pulling out the loop, crochet a chain stitch to secure the yarn. Then crochet 1 single crochet in the same hole. This is the first single crochet stitch, forms a V shape. Place a marker at this stitch. Then crochet a second single crochet stitch in the same hole. Next, crochet 2 single crochets in each of the remaining 7 holes. Now, in the 9th hole, crochet 3 single crochets. Next, continue to repeat the pattern for 4 more sets until you reach the last 2 holes. In the last 2 holes, crochet 2 single crochets in each hole. After completing the last stitch, make a slip stitch to the position marked by the marker. Next, we crochet the second to fourth rounds, with 99 single crochets in each round. Crochet a chain stitch, then crochet a single crochet stitch into the first stitch. Pin a marker at this position. Then, crochet one single crochet in each stitch. Make a slip stitch with the first stitch to close this round. Then, crochet the third and fourth rounds in the same way, making one single crochet in each stitch and closing each round with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Make a slip stitch to finish the fourth round. Our first to fourth rounds are completed. Here is the first row. We can count the rows to double confirm. Leave a 5 feet tail, then cut the yarn and pull out the loop. We use a yarn needle to connect the bottom of the bag to the body. Start stitching from the back of the bag body, so turn the body inside out. Then, with the bottom plate, place the side with the feet facing outward and the flat side facing yourself. Remember, the body of our bag is wider at the bottom and narrower at the top. We will sew the bottom of the bag to the wider bottom part of the bag body. Align any stitch of the bag body with the starting stitch of the bag bottom. Since both the bottom and the body have 99 stitches, they can correspond 1 to 1. Sew the outer half stitches of the bag body to the outer half stitches of the bottom. Do not pull it too tightly. And keep sewing. After finishing all the stitches, continue to sew into the first stitch and tie a knot. Don't pull the thread too tight, it may lose its shape. Then weave the needle into the corresponding stitch and cut the yarn. The main part of the bag is connected. This is the inside. Let's turn it right side out. We can see that the patterns on the right side looks like this. Now, let's attach the leather handles to the bag. The rough side of the strap is the back, while the smooth side is the front. We will install the rivets onto the straps, and then locate the place of the bag for attachment. Fold the top edge of the bag in half to find the central flower. Our strap will be attached on either side of this flower. We will install the rivet at this position. Make sure the strap is not slanted. Place the washers because the holes in our bag are quite large. Without the washers, the screws might fall out. Then, install the screws and tighten them using the provided screwdriver. Then, secure the other one in the same way. Next, place the other side of the strap on the opposite side of the center flower. In the kit, we have also provided a drawstring inner bag. Turn the inner bag inside out and place it inside the bag. Thank you for watching.